Well, the Gooners are gonna have a good time with this one. Let's talk about Eden. Hey guys, welcome to my review for Eden. This is a new film directed by Ron Howard, who, yes, is the same Ron Howard that gave us How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the classic Jim Carrey movie, which is peak cinema, and I will fight anybody that has anything otherwise to say about that movie. That movie is fucking amazing. This stars an amazing cast. This is perhaps one of my favorite casts of the year. You have Daniel Bruhl, Zemo from the MCU. You have Jude Law, fantastic actor, has been in numerous films that I've talked about on the channel. You have Vanessa Kirby, who we just talked about in Fantastic Four. Ana de Armas, who we talked about in Ballerina earlier this year. You have Sydney Sweeney. Y'all know I have a soft spot for Sydney Sweeney. And it is just a really amazing cast, those five right there. Also, there's a sixth one in there, the main character from All Quiet on the Western Front from a few years ago. He's in this as well. He's great. But I went into this movie pretty blind. I did watch a trailer, but I didn't really read into anything more about it. I didn't know until after watching that it's based on true events. I really didn't expect that, because a lot of the things that happen in this movie are really, really screwed up. I guess I'll make this a spoiler review, but I'm also not going to dwell too long on this movie. This is going to be one of the shorter reviews you guys get from me. Because Eden starts off as a really, really solid kind of drama where these people come to this island. Jude Law and Vanessa Kirby's characters, Friedrich and Dora, they're there at the island. They've come there to get away from society. They have their beliefs. They have their ways about them where they believe that this is the way that they're supposed to be now until the world fixes itself. And here comes Heinz and Margaret, played by Daniel Bruhl and Sydney Sweeney. They have a kid. Sydney Sweeney's character is pregnant. And they move into the island and are like, hey, hi, we heard about your story. We're here to, rough it out with you guys and try this out. And at first you're like, okay, there's a little bit of tension there, but, it kind of simmers down. And they do kind of become, somewhat neighborly. But then, Ana de Armas' character, the Baroness, she comes to the island with a couple people. Her two servants, she actually has like 2 or 3 servants, but 2 of them are these guys that just wait on her, hand and foot, have sex with her whenever she wants them to have sex with her. Anyway, Ana de Armas really does a great job in this movie. This is probably my favorite performance I've seen her give since Knives Out. She was fantastic in this. Absolute scene stealer. She just has such a great delivery because she is the villain of this movie. Like, don't get me wrong, a lot of people in this movie do some really shitty things, but she is the one stirring the pot, stirring up the drama, turning this one against that one, doing some horribly wicked shit, like even having her men steal food from Sydney Sweeney and Daniel Bruhl, and knowing that Sydney Sweeney is going into labor. She is literally being begged by one of her helpers, like, she needs help to deliver this child, and she's like, you stay right the fuck here with me, you obey me. I was like, holy shit. this woman needs to go. Thankfully later on in the film they do deal with her. And after they deal with her, I was expecting, okay, we're gonna wrap this thing up then, but no, they kind of drag it on a little bit longer than I think they needed to. There's like 20 minutes of the film left after Ana de Armas left, and she was what was really making me engaged in this movie, because I was just seeing the corruption of everyone else on the island thanks to her actions throughout the whole movie. And after she was gone, I was like, okay, this is kind of losing a bit of its spark here. But for the most part, I did really stay entertained, and I was engaged throughout the film. It just felt like it ran on a little bit too long. Sydney Sweeney gives a fantastic performance here. I know I have a running joke on this channel of me being a simp for her and being so down bad, but like I legit mean it. This might be my favorite performance of her. I think she's giving a really strong one here. Either this or Immaculate. She gives both great performances. I guess this. I would say this actually is her strongest performance. Vanessa Kirby felt a little bit wasted, which is a shame because she's a damn talented actress. Jude Law, Daniel Bruhl, they do a good job. The guy from All Quiet on the Western Front, he does a pretty good job as well. I enjoyed seeing him in here. Overall, it's got a lot of ideas about these different characters kind of turning against each other, but it doesn't feel like it fully pays it off. But like I said, I was really entertained by the performances being given and just the nature of the story. I like these kind of condensed island survival stories, like something like Lord of the Flies. So I had a good enough time with it, and I think Ron Howard does a good job visually directing the film. Maybe not on a story level. I don't know how involved he was in the actual, the writing of this. I don't know if he wrote this. So I don't know if someone else wrote it. I didn't look that up beforehand, but as far as like visually, I think the movie does have some pretty good shots. Even if it is a little bit drained of color, I felt like, 2 hours of this movie, I was like, man, I need some color. But thankfully, Ana de Armas kind of wakes you up. She gives that energetic performance. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'm giving Eden a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. I thought it was a pretty engaging movie. Had some, hiccups here and there, but the performances I found were pretty enjoyable. And it may not stick the landing. It may run on a little bit too long for my liking, but overall, I think it is a pretty good watch. I would say you don't have to go see this, but I would say wait for streaming. Maybe check it out then. So yeah, like I said, thanks so much for watching the review. Take care and goodbye.